How's it going, everybody? Let's talk some hockey. It's Friday the 12th. Let's talk about the 11th. We don't have a lot of time. We kind of do, but we don't. So let's just gloss over it real quick. Looks like a pretty good day. I didn't bet. I'm in a state where we don't bet, but that's okay. Still enjoyed looking at the sheet here. There were a couple games, I want to adjust this projected score the way we look at the projected score and remove the decimal point for a second so we round to a normal whole number. And because look at this. We predicted 5-1. Pittsburgh and Buffalo was 5-2, right? Then look at this. We predicted a 5-1 game, Carolina-Nashville, 5-1 game. We predicted 3-2, ends up being 4-2. Predicted 4-2 and ends up being 4-2 in Chicago and Dallas. I mean, that's like almost 3 games we got exactly correct. That's 2 of them were exactly correct, right? Anyway, pretty awesome stuff. So there's definitely, I like what happened with the adjustments to the day-to-day injury report and what it did to the projected scores. A lot of good things happened. Boston clearly walked over the Rangers here. So this looks pretty interesting. Washington is really strong, and even though it did not predict the Capitals because Samsonov playing, they're just overpowering Philadelphia. And this number of the streakiness of the Capitals and how well they are playing is noted right there, as well as Carolina. Look at this. Carolina not lost a game in the last 15 days. That's what that means. So, and Florida also came back to win a game here, which showed how bad Columbus is, because I think Florida was losing that game. A lot of interesting stuff. I like what the algorithm did here on Thursday. So let's talk about Friday. I think there's 4 or 5 games. 4 games. I think that's right. 5 games. 5 games. So I noticed something about some goaltenders that I added, and it's a nice little discussion we can have about new goaltenders and how it affects things. So added a couple people, Oscar Dansk, Antoni Grosnick, the guy who had the first win in years, like 6 years or something, just the other day. He's played for LA. So those people, they have light stats. We have him as a very, very poor goaltender because he's just got very limited stats, even though he's got a win. So he probably had a loss early in the season as well. That's probably contributing to his numbers. I haven't really dug into it. But I did add him, and I added Dansk. So let's Dansk. So let's talk about the games. So we've got phone calls. I knew that was a phone call coming. Sorry, I got interrupted by a phone call. I forgot where I was, but we're talking about goalies here. And so the games that we have for the day here, Friday night, we have not Marc-Andre Fleury, but the other goalie going for Vegas. This dramatically changes things and makes St. Louis win. But I wonder if it's overestimating that because Vegas is still playing good, but St. Louis playing a little better recently also. It's a very tough game. I can see why the lines are split. I agree with Vegas' assessment there. Arizona and Minnesota. There's a lot of reasons for Minnesota to be continuing to play well against a team that is not playing as good in Arizona. So I understand why this line is here in Aranta, and tough line for Minnesota. The tough game to bet. And also, even though it says 1.7 goal differential, it's also saying maybe like a 3-2 game, 4-2 game. Maybe. But Arizona plays a little stronger defensively. They don't cover the 1.5. So very tough game to bet there. LA and Colorado with Grosnick going. Colorado, I talked trash about them, and then they came and started winning again. Grubauer, highly rated. So Colorado picking it up a little bit on the downstretch. Don't want to go against them, but the line also miserable. Does think they're going to really overpower them offensively, though. Wow. Because of this goaltender who just won a game. Lots of tough hockey action here. I think college basketball is a better bet today. Ottawa and Edmonton, even more distortion in lines. This is way too much. I know Edmonton destroyed them, but Ottawa has fallen off the wagon. Man, tough lines, tough thing. How about San Jose, Anaheim? Here at least you get a -115. The battle of the worst teams. Is this game in Anaheim? I could actually go to Anaheim's arena on my way out of town. I might do that. I should have shot the video from there. I've been there before. Anaheim's a quaint, nice-looking little town. I haven't been back since during the pandemic, but look at the redness down here. These teams are bleeding losses. What? There must be something about a game like this. Does it result in overs or unders? I don't know. Let's keep an eye on this series. I want to know what happens when bad teams get together and hang out, because that's what this is. You'd think it would result in goals just because nobody cares and everybody's awful. But the teams have problems scoring goals, so maybe it doesn't. I don't know what to tell you. Is there a pick of the day for hockey? Is there any really favorable lines? I mean, this guy probably doesn't win again. I mean, this guy first won in 6 years, right? The last time this guy won, like Obama was president. Last time this guy won, Joe Biden was vice president. I don't think that this guy holds up. And Colorado, a team that I think is trying to edge for some playoffs because they had some wishy-washy wins and losses recently. I think they want to win. This is probably your best bet, and they might even cover the 1.5 because it really says they're going to do that here. And I guess, you'd think in terms of over-unders, really, in a day like this. Well, I mean, we can do this weird thing where I do subtotal of the time, and it'll give us a total here. So this will give us a total of, that's kind of cool. I hadn't done that with this thing here before. So, yeah, that's actually not bad for viewing this. So the highest scoring projected game, I guess, is this 6.5 because Dansk is going. And Binnington hasn't been playing as good as he used to. But the injuries on Vegas, I mean, they are being taken into account, but I'm surprised that's the highest scoring projected game. The lowest scoring is the San Jose account. So this says the battle between bad teams results in a low scoring game. That's what it says. So, all right, guys, good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.